softening the veneer. I got, I don't know what's happening up in this. It's not so much here or here, but right here. We're softening veneers. Look at this. Can you see that? It's hard to see. This has got, look at that. I mean, it's so this is before spraying. Kind of potato chipish, and obviously like a, I don't know, thin piece of wood maybe? I don't know. Now I've sprayed these, I just got done spraying it, so they've only maybe been sitting a couple minutes. And I think they gotta sit. Watching the Wood Whisperer again, I think they sat for like a half hour. Easy, and in his video, he rolled that sucker up like a cigar, and but I'm nervous to try that. No shit. That stuff works. Definitely, like this little corner has been soaking 5 minutes, and it's definitely pliable. It's definitely getting pliable, whereas here's the, I'm a little nervous to bend any more than that because it's crispy like Sunday morning. Anyways, that's what we're doing. I've got no one here with me, but basically what we've done is we again. I've cut all of these kind of boards that everything's gonna be clamped in. So there's boards here like this, and the screen and the paper, if you're wondering what that is. There's this, if you remember the high-end deli serving the Bobinga sandwich. There's boards right there, and paper. I'll explain the paper and the screen. And then I've got boards here. Little bit of cork, which I will cover in packing tape. Mark, all right, Wood Whisperer, because you did say to do that. And then I've got boards here for the cedar. So the cedar, glued up, milled to 9/16, cut long, and cut wide. It's not cut down to exact size yet. Once it gets veneered, I will do that. But you can see here, this one underneath's got some cork on that too. So let's explain the screen and the paper first. So what will happen when these things get pliable? We're gonna make sandwiches, basically, and I've got them all numbered. I did do that because if I want to like book match it, let's see if I can get one. So get this on camera. See if I can. So this is one, this one's one right here, and this is two, right? This is how they came, stacked like this. So 1, 2. If I wanted to book match it, maybe you get it this way, you would just flip it like a book, like this, and then essentially you've got bookmarked veneer. So if you can tell, you know, these two look like two little paw prints right there, matching. This little knots here, matching, eye, you know. So if I wanted to book match those, sorry for the monkey cam, I could. That's why you go through the trouble of numbering these suckers. Yeah, so, okay, back to the screen and the paper. So essentially what will happen when these suckers are ready to be flattened, nice and pliable, you put and here we go with the monkey cam. Get the board, paper, screen, right? Then, piece, screen, piece of paper, board on top, flattens. You know, clamp it, put some pressure or some weight or something on it and clamp it and it'll be nice and flat. The screen is there to keep the paper from sticking to the wood. The paper is there to absorb any moisture. All right? That is the process. And what I'll do is probably try to do 2 or 3 of these in one clamp session. We'll see how that comes, how that works out, but that's the game plan. So that's what's happening this evening. I don't know if I'll get through all these because it's a process, but ultimately, then what happens once they're flat? You come back with this type of thing. Here's one that I've cut a board for the top. You've got bottom. And then, so if you remember, the MDF is going to be the top, right? Glue this, veneer on top. This gets some packing tape. And why the packing tape? Because as you glue, you can see this sucker. Little holes here and there. There's going to be some glue squeeze out. We don't want the glue sticking to this. And why do we have the cork? The cork just gives a little bit of extra cushion for clamping pressure to be dispersed across this MDF. So veneer glued down, packing tape to keep the glue from sticking, boom, and then clampage. Jed clamp it and hopefully end up with a nice veneer job. I mean, that's the idea. So that is what we're doing. Again, there's no one else in this damn shop, but that's where we're at. So, all right, all clamped. We'll leave this overnight and see what the sandwich looks like in the morning. I mean, I hope it flattens. My concern is I've got 3 in there right now. So I got paper, screen, veneer. Screen, paper, screen, veneer. Right, so there's no paper touching the wood. So I'm hoping that there's 3 sheets of veneer in there. I got it clamped. I wish I had like some big, like a C-clamp to reach into the center here, but I don't have anything with that deep a throat. That'll reach in there, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like, what the sheets look like in the morning. If they're flat enough to do a glue up. If I feel like they're still kind of crinkly, then maybe I'll spray again, wet them again so they're pliable, and then maybe just do 2 sheets just to get to that flatness, because I want them to be as flat as possible before glue up, because then any little wrinkle in there, the concern is that it's like a little bubble. Even though they're going to be clamped when they glue, I want it to be as flat as possible before we're ready to glue. And then this way, when you do veneer it, when you do glue it down, there's very little chance that you have any little bubble or wrinkle with glue in it. Because once you got, you know, think about it like this. I mean, let's see, right? If you tried to glue that now, as is, yeah, you could clamp and it's gonna be flat, but like watch this. When I push down here with my hand pressure, and I get it, there's gonna be flatness, but just to try to squeeze and flatten each and every one of these little bubbles. I mean, it's bubbling this way and this way right here. So flattening at first is ideal. And then glue. So we'll see how these turn out and go from there. All right. Thanks for tuning in.